everybody, Married to Katie K here, coming to you guys with the challenge for the month of March. And I honestly would not really call this video or this thing that I'm putting out an actual challenge. I think that it's a great time to reflect. And that's honestly what I'm just going to ask you guys to do, because that's something that I had to take time to do. I started it a couple of weeks ago, and I'll get into that in a little bit, but reflect. And let me tell you how I came upon this. Me and my husband went to go visit the church where it all began, the church where we got married, the church where we had our first child, the church where the very first prophecy, we were dating, right before we got engaged. We went and visited, and we walked in and we saw a vision. There was a prophecy that was spoken over us. Everything has come to pass, and we went to visit basically just the church where it all began. And when I walked into the building, praise and worship was going on, and I was just kind of looking around like, oh, I remember this, and looking at some of the youth I used to teach. Oh, look how they've grown up. And it honestly just brought tears to my eyes, and I was just so overwhelmed with how far God has brought us in just 6 short years. Now, some people would say 6 years is a long time in married people time, a long time in life. It's really not. And I'm just thankful that we are not in the same place that we were in 6 years ago. And so during the service, I just looked at my husband and I told him, I'm so proud of you. And he said, for what? And I was like, you've perfectly led us for 6 years, just because he's a man that follows Christ. And I thank God. And honestly, if he's ever made a bad decision, I don't know, because I'm a wife that is submissive to her husband. Yes, submissive. It's not a four-letter word. It's a blessing, not a curse. I'm a wife that's submissive to her husband. I enjoy being covered by him. And because I am obedient to my husband, God covers our family extra. So I thank God for that. Because I'm obedient to my husband, God covers us either way. And so if he's ever made a bad decision, I don't know, because we're covered. And I thank God for that. And so that's what I want you guys to do this month. Just take some time to reflect. If you have an opportunity to go back and visit some places, if you're still in the area, you happen to be going home for anything, just take some time and go back to where you used to kind of, don't go back to the club. Don't go back. Okay, don't go back there. But just take some time to just kind of reflect. Think about where God has brought you from and thank him for that. Think about, the woman that you used to be, the person that you used to be. Think about how you used to act. And if you don't do that anymore, or if you stop doing it, how good you felt. But if you picked up that bad habit again, this gives you an opportunity to look and kind of just self-evaluate and see where God has brought you from, making sure that you're not continuing to carry baggage and things of that nature. And that's honestly it, guys. Short and sweet. Just take some time to reflect. It's so funny because I told my husband how proud I was of him, and he reminded me that I've grown too. And I know it's weird to say, but I really don't see that. I don't ever see myself as growing too much until somebody's like, you've grown. I'm like, oh, okay. But I say it time and time again in these videos. He took a woman, okay? He took all of this, and God just created it into something wonderful and phenomenal. And I seriously do not know how he did it, because I was a lot to work with, okay? It's a lot going on. So I thank God that he has molded me and shaped me. I thank God that the fruit of the Spirit is displayed. Even in the videos, I get you guys comments. You say that you can see my spirit through these videos, how person I am through these videos, and I really hope that you can. It is my sincere prayer that you guys just feel like you're talking to your homegirl on the couch, and that you want to grow with me, because I really do enjoy putting out what I like to see. And I thank God for helping me grow, and just taking that sassy little girl that got married at 25, and he really turned her into a woman, a Proverbs 31 wife who is okay. I remember getting ready to get married, getting ready to walk down the aisle, and I remember telling the pastor, we're not going to be submissive, so you can just leave that out. We're not going to say that. You need to say, don't say be obedient unto, don't say none of that. And he laughed. And he was like, yeah, okay. Kevin was like, no, we're going to say it. And so he said it. And I am elated, because I didn't know then, but I thank God that I know now. He's brought me from a mighty long way. I taught my first class teaching youth. I have a heart for kids in that church, and I watched some of them grow and some of them graduate. And I know I am not their parents, but I have several that are really near and dear to my heart. One who's about to get married. And every time I think about that, I just kind of, I know that I put a little bit into that one. And so I thank God. It's just nice to see the fruit, that me and my husband put into the children, and to see him now grow up and be ready to be a husband. I think that's amazing, to see some of the other kids that were elementary and kindergartners that I taught, and see them going on to junior high and elementary school, getting older and older and older. See some preschoolers and see them growing up. I just love it. And I thank God that the parents appreciate what I do. I thank God for everything. I'm just so elated. So that's enough blabbing, guys. My whole point is just to look back and reflect. And a lot of times we give other people credit for how far they've come, but look how far you've come. You did amazing things. You did amazing things by the grace of God, with the help of God, by God leading you, by following his path. And if you fell off, you know, this is a time for you to reflect on that too. I fell off, but I'm ready to get back up and try it again. So take the first quarter of the year, you know, just look back over your life, look back what you've done in this first quarter of the year, and just reflect and think about where you've come from in the past and set some goals, you know, how you can grow in the future. And so that is my challenge for you guys. Just reflect and appreciate where you've come from. Be content with where you've come from and strive to do better and greater things in the future, all right? I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.